Yeah, Nate, I wanted to ask, I know, I think at Media Days, you talked on a podcast about Joe giving you advice last postseason about kind of playing more freely. I was just wondering how that advice helped you and how maybe it's manifested this postseason.
Yeah, definitely. I just think with experience it helps for sure. It's all the little things add up, and obviously last season was last season. I think everyone was in a different headspace last year, but I definitely feel more free and feel good for sure.
In the middle, Mike?
Nate, you touched on this the other night in St. Louis, and we know that you're all about the team, and you don't want to take individual acclaim or the attention, and we know that McDavid is the same way. But given the fact that this series, there's so much hype around arguably the two best centers in the league, or at least in the Western Conference, could you just touch about the importance or the allure of going against Connor in this series?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's the best. I said it. I think he's been the best for a little bit now, and it's going to take a full team effort to stop him, and same with Draisaitl. So, but they're deeper than teams give them credit for sure. I mean, they're very deep. They wouldn't be where they're at without the full team effort. And for me, I'm not really thinking about that a whole lot. Obviously, I see that stuff, but that's to hopefully that gets more viewers and lowers escrow. But other than that, I don't care.
Nate, obviously, a lot of people are talking about you and McDavid, but just kind of out of curiosity, you've also got Tyson Barrie on the other side. What's it going to be like playing against him? I know you guys are close.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a really good friend of mine. A few of us have played with Tice, but it's all business. I just played against Braden. I'm in his wedding party too, so really good friend of mine. So I think over time you just play against guys. It might have been a little more weird right when he got traded, but been playing against him for a while now, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Gabe, what makes a good leader? What qualities do you take pride in having, and how have you maybe evolved in a leader over your time with this group here?
I don't know. It always makes me uncomfortable answering questions like this because to me, it's always just, be who you are and just be yourself. And I definitely don't think it's as easy as that. Just be yourself and things will follow. You still have to, try to evolve as a person and try to learn things from other people and trying to educate yourself on certain things. But at the end of the day, it's a group effort. I think it's, we got tons of leaders in that locker room, letters or no letters. I think for me, just like Nate touched on before about, playoff experience, it's the same thing with leadership. It comes with experience as well, and you just get more comfortable in that role. But I mean, obviously, to answer your question, I think being able to relate to different people in that locker room, it's 24 different personalities, and trying to relate to people on different topics and things like that, being a good teammate, leading by example. I mean, go down the list of all the things you've heard in the past, but, being yourself. And if you're going to start faking things and trying to pretend to be something you're not, people see right through that. So, yeah.
Second round, Tracy.
Gabe, this is for you. It's actually on something that Nathan touched upon the other night about Edmonton's death and Evander Kane in particular, and what challenges does he present that you guys are going to have to defend against in this series?
Yeah, I mean, he's hot right now. We're definitely going to have to find ways to, to limit some of that line's offense. I mean, that whole line is tough if they play those three guys together. I mean, you try to take time and space away from Draisaitl and McDavid, and then you got Kane finishing plays left and right. So it'll be a tough challenge, but it'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it, and I understand the storylines and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the Avalanche versus the Oilers, and it'll be a great series, and we're looking forward to it.
Time for a few more. Terry, front right.
Nathan, you went through the testing. Well, you had the great year 2013-14 when you first came in. How testing is the ups and downs since then? Team ups and downs since then been for you?
Yeah, definitely been on the rise, it feels like, the last five years, but I think, like I touched on before, even, I remember the first playoffs, like just not staying even keel at all, it's, that's what I think we've got a lot better at, this postseason, especially that Game 5 loss against St. Louis, we didn't phase us, we bounced right back, so, but I guess if you mean, like, throughout my whole career, oh, sorry, yeah, it's been a rise, like I said. A lot of second round losses, but I felt like we were a better team each time we lost, if that makes any sense. And we're progressing, and got a lot of leaders in the room now, so that helps a lot. We're not so young anymore. But obviously, it's nice to finally break out a little bit and get closer to our goal here.
Gabe, in 2017, when you guys had that 48-point season, there was a lot of times where you were asked about, the trade deadline in the summer, and you constantly reiterated that you wanted to stay. Have you had a chance to just kind of like sit back and soak in this moment to say that, we've now gotten this far a few years later?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously, it's been a gradual journey, and obviously the following season, we end up making the playoffs and, game 82, and that was a thrill of its own, just knowing that we've been through a lot as a team. And, and since then, just like Nate talked about, we've gotten better and better every season. It feels like we got a really good thing going. And, just like I was back then, I was honest this past summer, I wanted to stay. And this is my home. This is a team that I love playing for, an organization I love, and a fan base in a city that feels like home. So it's pretty simple. But I don't think you ever want to really stop and look back too far and start analyzing things. I think that comes probably when things are said and done at the end of your career, probably when you start looking back and looking at some of the accomplishments, I guess, and some of the success maybe you've had and memories and things like that. But while you're in it, you want to stay in it and enjoy the journey.
Last two questions, Peter, then Mike. Gabe, you and EJ are the two longest tenured players on the team, and he obviously had its ups and downs with last year being really tough and missing all of it. What's it just been like kind of seeing him not only play so much this year, but also really find his game this time of year in the playoffs where he's playing probably as well as he has all year?
Yeah, I mean, being hurt is tough for anybody, and especially when you're out long term like that, it's easy to feel like you're not a part of the team, and easy to, your mind starts wandering on a bunch of different things. But so I know that was hard on him, and not being able to help out in the playoffs has been hard on him. So just feels like he's been, motivated this year and wants to be a difference maker for us and wants to be a part of our team, and he's accepted the role that has been given to him and that he's kind of slotted into, and I think he's done a great job, and he's been a big part of this team and continues to be so moving forward. He's going to be a big piece for us.
Gabe, could you comment on that 2019 trade with Kadri and Barry? Obviously, Tyson was a popular player here, and he's doing well right now, for Edmonton. But just general thoughts about that trade and how both players have landed.
I mean, I think it's pretty well documented how loved Tice was in the city and in the locker room, and same thing with Nas. I mean, Nas has been embraced with open arms, and he's a big part of our team, and found a fit really well with us. It's one of those things where you look back and you got a certain young defenseman coming in, number 8, and guess it was just kind of time, and I think Kale's done it. Obviously, Kale is Kale, and we've seen what he can do, and we were able to get a player like Nas, and that's the business side of it, and we love Tice, and Tice had a lot of success here, and we're looking forward to playing with him, or against him, I should say.